What's going on, guys? Back with another video, day number 42. And this will be my week 2 NFL predictions video. Just a heads up, I am recording this video before Monday Night Football just because I won't really have time to record it on Tuesday. So I do not yet know the outcome for the Jets and 49ers game today. But we move. I got my predictions. I got my girlfriend's predictions. This was my record last week, and this was her record last week. So I had a pretty good start to the season. I usually don't start off this good. And then obviously she doesn't know what teams are good and what teams are bad. So her record obviously wasn't the greatest, but we move into week 2. All right, and moving right into game number 1, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. The Bills and Dolphins both having lackluster performances in Week 1. The Dolphins just coming out on top against the Jaguars, and the Bills just narrowly pulling out a win against the Cardinals at home. So I think just for the fact that it's in Miami, I'm going to give the slight edge to the Miami Dolphins. And then my girlfriend has also went with the Dolphins. All right, and moving right on to game 2, we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings in Minneapolis. The Vikings destroying the Giants, but there was no surprise there. The Giants are not going to be a good team this year, and it showed in Week 1. Like I said, recording this before Monday Night Football, so I don't know how the 49ers did, but I don't think the 49ers will have any issue going into Minnesota and beating the Vikings, so the 49ers are my pick to win this, as well as my girlfriend's pick to win this. And now for game number 3, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. The Patriots beating the Bengals in Week 1 had me shocked. The Seahawks, I don't remember who they played off the top of my head. And I don't honestly remember if they won or lost off the top of my head. But I think it's being played in New England. I think the Seahawks will get the win here. It might be a challenge because the Patriots did play pretty well against the Bengals. But I'm still going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. And my girlfriend has went with the New England Patriots. And now for game number 4, we got the Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. The Giants getting their ass kicked by the Minnesota Vikings. Well, the Commanders, although they lost to the Bucs, they put up a fight and they kept it pretty close for a majority of the game. It's also being played in Washington, so I'm going to give the slight edge to the Washington Commanders to get the win here. And then my girlfriend has went with the New York Giants. And now for the 5th game of Week 2, the Chargers taking on the Panthers. The Panthers are not going to be a good team at all. They got their asses kicked in Week 1. Well, the Chargers, I don't remember who they played. Did they play the Raiders? I think they did, and they came out on top. The Raiders kept it pretty close, though. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if that's not who they played. But I'm pretty sure they played the Raiders. It's being played in Carolina, but I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. The Panthers are just not going to be good this year. And my girlfriend is siding with me in this one. We both go the Chargers. Next up, we got the Saints taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The Saints played very well in Week 1. The Cowboys played better. I think it's also being played in Dallas. I think the Cowboys are going to squash the Saints. My girlfriend also selects the Dallas Cowboys. Then we got my dreaded game of the week. The Colts taking on the Green Bay Packers. I am a die-hard Packers fan. And if you guys watched their game against the Eagles in Brazil, it was a very close game. We lost 29-34. And the loss isn't even what bothers me. It's the fact that Jordan Love got injured at the very end of the game with an MCL sprain and is estimated to be out 3 to 6 weeks. So I am kind of worried for this game. The Colts played very well against the Texans, but I can't side against my team. Me and my girlfriend both go with the Green Bay Packers. And moving right along, we now have the Browns taking on the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So the Browns, they got destroyed by the Cowboys. And the Jaguars, they came up short against the Dolphins. So I really don't know what to make up of either of these two teams right now. I think with Trevor Lawrence under center and just the weapons that the Jags have, I think they're a slightly better football team. And it's being played in Jacksonville, so I'm going to give the slight edge to the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this one. My girlfriend has went for the Cleveland Browns. Her reasoning for that is because she's not racist. And now for Game 9 of Week 2, we have the New York Jets going into Tennessee to face the Tennessee Titans. Like I said, again, I have not yet seen the Monday Night Football game. I am filming this before that game happens. But with Aaron Rodgers under center and the weapons the Jets have, I don't see why the Jets would have any issues taking down the Titans. You know, the Titans just lost to the Bears. I mean, yeah, you can argue the Bears are going to be a really good team this year, and the Titans held their own against them. But I think the Jets will have no issues here. So I'm going to pick the Jets to get the win here. My girlfriend has also won with the Jets. And next on the agenda, we got the Buccaneers taking on the Lions. The Bucs getting a very good win against the Commanders, while the Lions had a battle with the Rams and just slightly came out on top in overtime. The Lions are going to be a very good team this year, but so are the Bucs. With this being played in Detroit, I am going to give the edge to the Lions here, and my girlfriend has also went with the Detroit Lions. Moving right on to what I'm going to say is probably going to be the squash match of the week. Got the Raiders going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens. There's no explanation needed here. I'm picking the Ravens. I don't even think it's going to be close. And this really goes to show that my girlfriend knows nothing about football, because she has went with the Raiders to get the win. Next up, we got the Rams going in to face the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are going to put up a fight. They battled last week against the Bills and just barely came out short. The Rams looked good against the Lions. The Rams are also going to be a good team this year. But I'm actually going to pick the Cardinals to get the win here in Week 2. And my girlfriend has sided with me. She has also went with the Arizona Cardinals. And then what we got should be a good game this week, assuming the Bengals can recover from their loss against the Patriots last week. We got the Bengals going into Arrowhead to face the Kansas City Chiefs, your reigning two-time Super Bowl champions. I think this is going to be a very good game, but it's being played in Arrowhead, and the Chiefs just all the momentum right now. So me and my girlfriend both go with the Kansas City Chiefs. And now with 3 games to go in Week 2, we got the Steelers taking on the Broncos. And you could call this an upset of the week. It's being played in Mile High. Both teams not looking phenomenal last week. But because it's in Mile High, I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos in Week 2. And my girlfriend has went with the Steelers. 2 games from the end, we have what should be a very good game. We got the Bears going into Houston to face the Houston Texans. The Texans, a very close battle with the Colts just coming out on top. Same for the Bears. The Bears were down 17-0. and came back and won the game. It's going to be a very good battle, a very close game. But I'm going to give the edge to the Texans, as well as my girlfriend also going with the Houston Texans. And in the final game of week 2, we got the Falcons going into Philadelphia to face the Eagles. I really had hope for the Falcons this year. They got Kirk Cousins in the offseason. They made some big offseason moves. And then they went and lost to the Steelers and didn't even look close to good. While the Eagles, they just beat the Packers. The Eagles are going to be a very good team this year. And I just don't see the Falcons going into Philadelphia and taking away a win from them. So me and my girlfriend both go with the Philadelphia Eagles to end week 2. So there you guys go. That does it for mine and my girlfriend's week 2 NFL predictions. And I will see you next week for week number 3.